Hello my friends, welcome back to the channel. I've got myself a new set of 3D printer, new set of goggles from DJI, a new wall just because of this tiny little guy, the BetaFPV Meteor75 Pro O4, my first digital tiny whoop. Yup, the O4 is not here because I killed it. We will talk about this in a bit, but a big shout out goes to BetaFPV for sending me all of this so that I can build my own BetaFPV Meteor75 Pro O4. Now the initial plan was to build this from scratch and tell you guys how easy it is for you yourself to build a digital tiny whoop, test it out, and then let you guys know how I feel about the BetaFPV Meteor75 Pro O4. But while I was testing it out for the first 2 weeks, I find out that the quad flies amazingly well. There's just one issue with it, which is the super sensitive DJI O4 light. So I decided to scrap that initial plan away and continue to test this out and to see whether if I can find any solution to overcome the vibration and also the jello that we are getting from the DJI O4 light before continuing with this content itself. But yep, like I said earlier, I kind of killed that DJI O4. I tried to fix it, but I failed. And yeah, so today I finally got myself a new set of DJI O4, DJI O4. Alright, I got myself a new set of DJI O4 Light Air Unit. What the fuck? It's nothing funny. I'm calm. So here we are today to tell you guys how I built this, how I crashed this, how I feel about the jellos, how I solve the jellos, and today we are also going to be fixing up this guy and then we'll go up to fly again. So this is going to be a super long content, so stay with me, get some food, get some popcorns or whatsoever and enjoy this particular content. And we will all start with the day I got this guy and also how I built it. So once upon a time. Okay, story time. Now, first off, the build. I've got every part exactly the same as the bind and fly option. And I can tell you that this was the easiest build in my entire FPV journey because there is totally zero soldering involved. Even with the Matrix 1S AIO, it comes pre-soldered with the BT 2.0 pigtail cable. So yeah, zero soldering. I even got so proud of myself, I actually challenged myself to complete the build in 30 minutes. And yes, I failed. I failed because I was too proud and I do not even bother about the super detailed video on how are you going to install the DJI O4 Air Unit onto the BetaFPV Meteor75 Pro O4. Yeah, check that video out on BetaFPV's webpage or their YouTube channel because yes, you will need it and I definitely advise you to follow it and do not follow my footstep of being too proud of my own skills. If you are getting it yourself without the VTX or if you're building this yourself, do remember that the USB-C of the DJI O4 Air Unit light is supposed to be on the back left, not back right. Apart from that, building this was really super simple. I would suggest to start with installing your O4 camera to the canopy itself because of the components are really super tiny. Now, to install your camera to the holder, you will need to get the correct orientation. The top of your camera is the part where the MIPI cable is attached to. So mount it on the holder this way. Next is the soft mounted gummies. Make sure it is parallel to each other. I will strongly suggest you to insert the gummies at one end first because it's just easier. And there we go, soft mounted. Next is the usual, install the gummies or the grommets on the 3-in-1 AIO, put it onto the frame, install all the motor plugs and all the motors onto the JST connectors and voila, we are done. Now we install the gummies or the grommets on the O4 light. The thicker part of the grommets will go to the bottom which is facing the AIO and the thinner part which should go on the top. Once you are done, let's connect the DJI O4 Air Unit to the AIO. We are not going to be using the cable that is provided from DJI, but we will be using the ones that are provided by BetaFPV. We are also not going to be using the antenna that comes from DJI. We are using the ones which is provided together with the Matrix 1 S-Pod. Once you are done with all that, just use the provided screw, which is a little bit longer than the usual screw that you see on all the tinywhoops. Secure the VTX, AIO and the frame together. Just remember the orientation of the O4, and if you put it right, you are all set. As you can see, the build was really super easy. Anyone can do it because if Curly can, anyone can. So let's revisit my first experience with the BetaFPV Meteor75 Pro O4. Now all these footages that you are seeing right now, it comes from the first 2 weeks of flying the Meteor75 Pro O4. And I was super excited about the video quality because finally a digital tinywhoop. Always wanted one. Almost got the HD0 Air05 when it first came out, but after doing some research and also looking at all the reviews out there, it just doesn't move me because the video quality still is like kind of meh. Anyway, first 2 weeks of flying the Meteor75 Pro, I completely ignored the jellos and the vibration and purely having fun and getting glued to the video quality I was having. But after flying it for a while and on the second week, things started to get worse. The vibration got super worse, so did the jello. And this is when I decided not to complete the initial video because I really want to try to solve this problem and also give you guys a long-term review on what I think about the Meteor75 Pro O4. Now, what was the problem? The super sensitive DJI O4 light. Yeah, a little bit of vibration causes jello. So what was the solution? After doing much research and countless hours on YouTube and seeing what people do to their quad to make it improve more, I did the same. So first is changing the props. Don't ask me why, because both props comes from reputable props manufacturer, Gemfan, HQ prop. But while I was flying with the Gemfan, it kind of get more vibration, and when I change it to the HQ ultra light props, it actually removed a little bit of that vibration and the quad flies a little bit better. And while you are changing the props, do change your ESC PWM setting as well from originally 96 kHz to 48. It will fly better, trust me with that. But is the vibration and jello completely gone? Nope. Now the second solution to remove the jello is to lock in your exposure on the camera setting of the DJI O4. Like anything below 1/500 of a shutter speed will help you to remove or improve the jello situation that we have in our videos. But that will also mean the inability to fly during bright and sunny conditions, and that is not what we want, right? So what is next? Filters? There are no filters currently at the time of posting this video, specially made for the BetaFPV Meteor75 Pro O4. So what else can we do to reduce the jello and yet allowing us to fly whenever and wherever we like with the BetaFPV Meteor75 Pro O4? What I found out is, although the design on these shock absorbing components from BetaFPV works wonders, but over the time, because of these silicone gummies that they are using here, loses its dampening ability and gets softer due to the different kind of environment it is being exposed to. So you can either change it every now and then or try a permanent fix. Well, we can't find any replacement for the shock absorbing components from BetaFPV, so I decided to design one and use a different material to help maintain the strength even in different kind of environment. You can print this out yourself as well. I'll show you guys the result in a bit as well. But if you do not have a 3D printer and if you are anywhere near Malaysia, you can actually order them from my buddy FPV Tribe. Another print that you can use to reduce the vibration and to help with the jello is this antenna holder and also the MIPI cable holder as well. I'll show you guys how you can install this. This is from Dante1349. A big shout out to him and thank you very much for sharing this. I'll leave his link down in the description below as well so that you can print them yourself. Yeah, don't bother about all this filter, it's just on testing phase. So right now, let's revive our Meteor75 Pro O4 with a new frame, yellow, and a black canopy so that I can have the bumblebee version of the Meteor75 Pro O4. Let's go! By the way guys, you can also see that I actually rerouted the BT 2.0 cable. It actually has got the same problem like the analog version of the Meteor75 Pro. Yeah, so yep, this is what I did and this is what we will be maintaining. Yeah. I've actually already glued all the connector with T7000 so that I don't have the same issue again. First off, remember the angle of this is the top, alright, so it should be like that. And then, yeah, you will have this. Fixed it in here. Click, and you are done. Alright, so I've actually installed all the TPU shock absorbing thingy onto the holder itself. So what we need to do is just to connect them here as well, and we are all good with the dampeners. One more benefit of having these TPU dampeners here is it wouldn't fly off by itself while you are flying. That is one of the problems that I had with the silicone rubbers as well. So yeah. Okay, let's get this thing into the canopy as well. I would suggest not to screw it too tight at first. Just make sure that it stays there. Don't over tighten it. Okay, we'll also install this antenna and MIPI cable holder as well. So yep, let's do that. All you need to do is very simple. You just need to fit it here. Dante did a good job in the design because it simply just clicks nicely. Yeah, look at that. Look at that, look at that, look at that. And then you can use your cable here. This is the reason why I asked you not to like screw it tightly so that you can still move this around. And then just put the cable into here. That's it. Alright, let's skip this boring part where I swap the models over and we will head to the field and fly. Let's go! So we are here at my balcony. The lighting condition is perfect for us to test out the TPU dampeners. The initial plan was not like this because yesterday while I was out recording the content, I found out that the quad was acting strange and I kind of get even more vibration and jello. That was not supposed to happen. And then I figured out that the JST connector is kind of loose. So what I did was something that will actually make the quad flies even better because I've actually removed the JST connectors. I'll show you guys how I did it in a while, but right now let's just complete this TPU dampener test and then we will head for a freestyle session that I myself enjoyed the most. So let's go. We are at manual mode, locking the exposure with the ISO setting of 100. Shutter speed of 1/2000, white balance is fixed at 5002, and recording stabilization is being turned off. So if you compare to the footage yesterday while I was arming the quad and while I was throttling up, you will immediately start to see the jello and also vibration. That was due to the motor was actually stuttering because of the loose JST connectors. So I've just armed the quad and nothing is happening. We are all good. So, yep. So if let's say I'm actually going through, if let's say I come back and fight the wind, go against the wind, you will tend to see a little bit more vibration. We are not going to be doing anything crazy, because to get the quad is a little bit difficult. So yeah, I'm just trying to show you guys like even at the shutter speed of 1200, we don't really get that much of a jello. See, this is against the wind. Yeah, you might get a little bit more vibration. And when we go along with the wind, you don't really see that much of a vibration right now. Every single time when we go against the wind, you will see vibration, and then you will see the jello. Oops. Oh, sorry. Oh, fuck. I nearly killed myself there. Yeah. Alright, we are at 3.53. Let's come back and then I will show to you guys again what I meant by jello. So don't mistaken the jello for vibration. Yeah. I've seen a lot of comments like saying that, oh, there's still jello, but it's actually vibration. The jellos are actually something where you can see like, okay, let's just come in back for land and then I'll show, yeah, right now, right there, you can see that the side of the building is like this warping effect. So when we have jello, see, look at the wind. When the wind is starting to blow, we get a lot of jello, and you can see that the lines are actually warping. Can you see the lines are actually warping? These are called jellos. Right, these are called jello. All the lines, the whole building, it is warping. Okay, let's come back first. Oh no, shit! Oh no, shit! Ah! I lost 2 air units because of this content. So please subscribe and support the channel. So what you saw earlier was the quad falling down from the balcony, but what you did not see was it fell into a pool. As you can see here, the red marker means it is wet. So I couldn't show you guys any more freestyle session that I wanted to go for because I have just do a direct solder of the motors to the quad, and this thing now flies amazingly well. Yeah, anyway, if you noticed earlier, we were having this instead of the Bumblebee. So I'm going to show you guys that session where I flew and chased around at this office building together with my mate, Glenn, and that was when Bumblebee was killed and replaced by Shockwave instead. So let's go and we will come back here and I'll let you guys know how I actually felt about the BetaFPV Meteor75 Pro O4. I'll go cry and you can watch and enjoy that session. earlier footage, when you can't chase it, killed it, well, my buddy Glenn took it to the next level, and this is how Bumblebee died. What are the chances? I started this content holding this guy without the VTX, and now I'm ending this content still holding it without the VTX. Anyway, what is my final take on the BetaFPV Meteor75 Pro O4? I would say that this guy here is actually a super amazing fun quad to fly with, but with one trade-off. If you're thinking of getting yourself a tinywhoop that can do crazy freestyle maneuvers, I would strongly suggest you to think about the BetaFPV Air 65, the Air 75, or the recent one that I've just reviewed, the BetaFPV Meteor75 Pro Analog, due to its weight. But please do not get me wrong, because the BetaFPV Meteor75 Pro O4 can still do power loops, can still do Meti, can still do trippy spin. It is all about getting used to its weight and also having better throttle control while you are flying this guy. But if you ask me, this will give you super good fun because of its video quality, and it will definitely get you addicted because me, myself, my buddy Glenn, and also FPV Tribe, we are all addicted to flying this guy. I mean, now that I do not have one to fly with. And if you have decided to get yourself the BetaFPV Meteor75 Pro O4, please use the affiliate link that I'm providing down in the description below, because that will help support the channel a little bit and also maybe help me get another new air unit. Anyway guys, if you enjoyed this content, please remember to subscribe and also remember to turn on the notification bell for future content, and I will see you guys there. If you're still here, that means you are my true buddy, and I thank you so much for that. And because of that, I will give you 2 chances to win the mystery gift on the next content. All you need to do is to leave down a comment down in the comment section on whether what you like or dislike about this content and also the next one, and that will allow you to have 2 times your name on the Wheel of Fortune. And we will pick the winners from there, so you have 2 chances just because you are my buddy. So, yep, I will see you guys in the next one. So, bye-bye for real.